Power cuts are almost a daily occurrence in Nigeria, the second biggest obstacle to the nation's economic growth, next to access to finance. Nigeria's government says the country's current power generation capacity is about 13,000 megawatts, whereas the electricity transmitted is below 4,000 megawatts, which is ultimately limiting the distribution capacity. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, says the lack of access to reliable electricity costs the country an estimated $29 billion a year, forcing many individuals, households and organizations to resort to the fossil-fueled generators, spending an estimated $14 billion a year. The situation comes with the attendant environmental and health risk.
As we not get light for here now, everything can't hard for us.
The UN has said energy is central to resolving nearly every major challenge and maximizing opportunities the world over. Olumide Idowu is an environment activist who understands how much resolving the power situation will impact on life in the country.
Looking at the energy and clean energy in Nigeria presently, I think is a big issue for Nigeria. And if Nigeria can solve Goal 7, then it's just like solving other goals because there will be more job opportunities, more opportunities for people.
That's where renewable energy comes in. It holds enormous promises for addressing Nigeria's energy supply challenges.
So far, let me say, in 2 ways, Nigeria is actually doing a lot of awareness and advocacy. Okay, let me say it's much on the individual, specifically the non-government and the CSOs.
Even the government in Nigeria has also adopted the idea of an energy mix, taking steps to set up solar stations across the country in addition to the existing hydro and gas power plants. Experts say that going the way of renewable energy, like solar and wind, could increase the availability of electricity to almost 80 million people. It could also diversify the country's energy portfolio towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 7, which is achieving affordable and clean energy by 2030. This is no mean task.
I think it's a stretch, but with a lot of the new funding that has come into the sector and with the government's new approach on a more decentralized off-grid way of tackling things, I think we have some hope.
So for me, I would say Goal 7 should be more state-wise approach. Because if you are waiting for the sole federal government to do this, it's going to take a long time.
In setting the 2030 target, the UN realizes that transitioning the global economy towards clean and sustainable sources of energy is one of the greatest yet achievable challenges in the coming decades.
Clean and affordable. Clean is clear. Clean energy is clear. Energy where you're not burning fossil fuels, or some might say gas is clean. It's cleaner, but not absolutely clean. So I think the definition of clean is clear. I think the issue is more around affordable.
Building solar units in small chunks and adding more capacity as time goes on, combined with other renewable technologies, makes solar-based power generation the most technically feasible and cost-effective solution to the energy challenge in Nigeria and meeting the SDG goal of achieving affordable and clean energy by 2030.